Been training for 6 months or so. I started with boxing when I was sort of 17, 18. Then I moved across to started doing Hapkido. I trained that for about 10 years, got my black belt in that. Tried out Krav Maga, did that for sort of 3 years, and now I've found my way across to Arakan. So Arakan offers me some differences from other martial arts I've trained. It's very effective in the close quarter street style stuff. I really like the power and the flow and the way the moves all tie together. I've also come away from a few injuries to my lower body through some of the other stuff I've done. I found it's a very effective martial art that allows you to compensate for some of those injuries. I've also found Arakan very effective in general everyday focus. Obviously I had that from some of the other stuff I've done too, but it's been a nice, really a good focusing tool. It's brought that back to the surface again after a bit of a time away from it. Great community, guys who train hard, have a really good attitude, push each other without the aggressiveness, without the sort of alpha male sort of stuff. So I find that really refreshing and enjoyable too. You get some really effective fighters, some really big guys, but also some really small people, and it's very welcoming, and everyone does their best and pushes each other and can really push those boundaries, but in a very respectful and caring way. And everyone's make sure they don't hurt each other, but push the boundaries a little bit at the same time. One of the things I like about Arakan in particular is a lot of the other martial arts I've done, from your boxing to your Hapkido and Krav to a slightly lesser degree, been very good from a kicking or punching distance. Obviously a lot of street stuff comes in a lot closer than that, and you can go to ground, but I've found for myself personally there's always been a missing gap between punching distance and going to ground, and that's something that Arakan's been very effective in filling in. A lot of close quarter fighting, a lot of flowing moves, a lot of really effective ways of finishing a situation. When we're training, there's a lot of flow through on the strikes, so you actually get to strike to a target, you actually finish that through, not in a hard way to injure people, but in a way that's hard enough to actually feel the strike hit, and that's something I found the trainers are really effective in. It does leave you a bit sore after a training session, but it's a good kind of sore. They're tough physically, but they're also pretty tough mentally. It's a long time to focus, there's a lot of stuff coming at you, there's a lot of stuff to learn, but when you finish it, it's really refreshing. You sort of get to the end of it and you feel good about it, and particularly if you're training in the morning, which I try and do, it's a really good way to start your day. So one thing I'd always recommend when anyone's starting or interested in learning any martial art is doing a bit of research and finding what works for them. Obviously there's different styles that accentuate different things. I think Arakan's a very good general style that works for people of all sizes, all body shapes, from all skill levels, and they bring you through the techniques and the skill levels at a nice steady pace. Possibly one of the coolest things I've done in Arakan, which is actually one of the most exciting things I've done in any of my martial arts, is we've had a couple of training camps with Arakan, and we had one just a week ago actually in the Gold Coast, up in the hills, and it was a 6-hour day, and the last sort of hour and a half, it's getting dark, the mist's coming through, it's raining, they've turned off all the lights in this training camp, and 25 instructors, 75 students, and they've basically done instructors just walking around attacking students with control of course, but just having that darkness, that excitement, not knowing what's going on, not what's going to come at you next time, and just have that intensity of that real life situation and seeing how you respond to that and feeling those emotions going through you and feeling that nervousness and that fear and those people coming at you yelling, and seeing how you respond and actually seeing your techniques that you've been learning come out is really gratifying. One of the things I like about martial arts in general is that it's very much can be a whole of life thing. So you can do it when you're young and flexible and fit, but you can also take those movements and that flow and that control right through for the rest of your life, and it's very good. You don't always have to have the hard impact hitting. You can have the flexibility, you can have the mental focus, you can have the training of the body, the training of the mind, and the relaxation and meditation part of it as well. And for me, that's definitely something I intend to do for the rest of my life.